time for Vivid Talk, a coaching conversation to cultivate your visionary lifestyle. I'm your host, Gwen Witherspoon, Better Life Coach. We use my proprietary Vivid model for growth and development to get us started, but it's not a real conversation without you. So join in. Visit vividtalkradio.com for details. We've got a great show for you today. Glad you're here. Welcome to Vivid Talk. I'm Gwen Witherspoon. Today's episode is brought to you by Real Weight Loss and Wellness, and it's a prelude to the new season of Vivid Talk. New co-hosts, new focus, new episodes, all slated for this fall. But before we get started, let me tell you how you can join the conversation. Post your comments, share on social media, visit vividtalkradio.com to start a Coach on Call chat. I am so excited about today's conversation with Dr. Jada Moore-Ruffin. She's the co-host of Vivid Talk Radio. She's the owner of Real Weight Loss and Wellness, and she is my wellness coach. I have lost over 24 pounds and 20 inches in 3 months. I still have 16 more to go, but what's most important is what I have learned. Dr. Jada and her team have helped me transform my thinking, and I asked her if I could interview her today about the myths that I have uncovered for myself. It is not enough for me to have this knowledge. I had to make sure we shared them with you. However, I have to begin with a disclaimer. We didn't use the word vision once, but don't get it twisted. Today's episode has everything to do with getting a vision for your outside, your health from the inside out.
Dr. Jada, so great to have you today.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here this morning. What an awesome day. Thank you.
So today, the theme is that Dr. Jada tells the astonishing truth about weight loss. Dun, 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 dun. So full disclosure. So I need our audience to understand that not only are we co-hosts, but you are I call you my fat doctor, my wellness coach. Since June 30th, I have been on a weight loss journey with you and your team at Real Weight Loss and Wellness, and I have learned so much in that time frame that, I keep calling you going, everybody needs to know this.
Right.
So today is about us kind of just talking about all those hot topics and busting some myths. So first, tell everybody what you are doing at Real Weight Loss and Wellness.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gwen. And thank you for being transparent and willing to share your story and to have me on to talk with other women like you and men, for that matter, that are experiencing challenges with managing, losing, and maintaining a healthy weight. Excess weight, obesity, if you allow me to use that term, is an epidemic in our country and actually is not only impacting adults in our country, but also children. And the impact of that spills into every aspect of one's life. As an individual, your personal health is at stake, your longevity is at risk, and even the same for children. It impacts abilities to enjoy life, so there's a social impact. Are you able to play with your kids? Are you able to travel like you would want? Are you attending family functions and events? Did you bypass that wedding or that graduation because you didn't want to show up overweight or having even gained weight since the last time that your family or friends had seen you? Are you missing class reunions? Are you missing networking opportunities? Have promotions come and gone that you either didn't apply for or you applied for but weren't seriously considered because of what we term now obesity bias, which is very different from some other biases that you have heard of in the past, race or gender. There's an outspeak for that, an outcry, but who's to say whether or not there may be some impact or influence on even promotion? So what we're doing at Real, and I can go on into this because this is what I do. This is my passion, and for so many reasons, I determined that I would really narrowing in to talk about, share, coach, train, guide, lead, teach, and help people lose excess weight, gain their lives back. And so that's what I and my team at Real Weight Loss and Wellness, that's what we come in to do every day.
You used the O word. Obesity.
I used the O word.
You used the O word. You like opened with that word. And let's just say how my little soul was crushed when I looked at a chart during this journey and discovered that I was obese. I was like, wait, hold up. We almost need to title this episode The Lies We Tell Ourselves.
Yeah.
In my mind, I wasn't that big.
Mm-hmm.
I just needed to lose a few extra pounds, and I wasn't that far off in my mind. Really, by other people's standards, I probably wasn't, like, if people looked at me, they probably didn't consider me to have a quote-unquote a weight problem. But like most people, I think, I have done all kinds of diets, like, over the last 30 years. I've done Nutrisystem, where they, the packaged food, and they provide it to you, and I lost 15 pounds on their program. And as soon as I got real food, I ate ice cream every day, every meal, until I gained it all back. I've done Weight Watchers. I was a long-distance runner in high school, and so every 3 or 4 years, I'd pick up running again. But I was just always just up and down, and the biggest thing was college. I gained 25 pounds. They talk about the freshman 15. I'm an overachiever. I gained 25. And from that time forward, I have, quote unquote, struggled or gone up and down with that 20 pounds, that 25 pounds. And, got pregnant, had my son. I only gained 13 pounds the entire pregnancy, so I ended up losing about 40 pounds. But so then I went way down to smaller than high school. So I've just been up and down, up and down, up and down, and I've done everything. And I've done Weight Watchers. And every time I did Weight Watchers, I think I learned more and I got better habits. But now I'm in my 50s, in menopause. And I used to say that it's not the same fat. This 10 pounds is not the same 10 pounds that it was before. And this last journey, 2015, I set out to lose 25. I lost 15. It took me a year and a half to lose 15. Never got to my 25-pound goal. And so this time, I ended up gaining all of that back in 2 months, and then gaining more. I came to you, and this is full disclosure again, came to your office in February for the first time, had my consultation, knew what I needed to do, but I didn't get started. Gained 10 more pounds. Then I came back and got serious. And so I came to you because I could not fathom. If I couldn't lose 25 pounds before and it took a year and a half to lose 15, I could not fathom how long it would take me to lose 25 plus the other 10 or 15 pounds I wanted to lose originally. Really, I needed about 40. So I thought, I need help. I got to have some help. And I got to tell you, you guys have provided me with that, and you've just really opened my eyes. And so when you say obese, most of us don't understand what that really means. And you and I have discussed several times about the weight chart. And in the black community, we love to say that those charts don't apply to us because, we're curvy. We're curvier than white women. So those charts are for white women. So what do you say about that?
Thank you for sharing your story. And your experience is a very common experience where people have, quote unquote, battled or struggled with their weight for nearly a lifetime. I think, if I can take a moment, I think that speaks to a number of points, but the point that I want to make here is it speaks to the chronicity of the problem. And now we are, when I say we, those that are also in the healthcare, executive community are starting to recognize that obesity or excess weight is now being defined as a chronic condition, very much so lining up in categories with diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, epileptic disorders, rheumatologic disorders, rheumatoid arthritis. So things that have been long understood to be problems that needed to be managed over the course, time, and in some cases even a lifetime. We are now defining and understanding that obesity and excess weight is falling into that same category and actually making contributions to the same conditions that are in those chronic disease categories. And how does that begin? How do we even determine what would categorize someone as being overweight and obese? So let's just start with there are many ways. One way that you are probably hearing more about when you go to your doctor's appointments or see on TV or on the internet, the words or the letters BMI, body mass index. It is a measurement that is based on height in relation to weight, and it's closely linked to a person's body fat. BMI is designed to give people and health professionals a way to measure when a person's weight is hazardous or there is a potential risk of developing health conditions based on excess weight. Okay? Now, that's a mouthful. I understand that's an earful and that's a brainful. But understand that this is a tool. This is a measurement that takes into account your height and weight and is linked to the person's or individual's body fat. BMI is designed to be useful for people, patients, and their health professionals as a way to measure when your weight is becoming a problem for you physically and may even be a potential threat to your health. So there are classifications of overweight and obesity. Those are two different things, but one can lead to the other. And what many are beginning to do in addition to the BMI, which is a calculation, they are using in addition to that waist circumference, or how many inches do you have at your waistline, because we are finding that there is a higher risk for type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease for people who also have an increased waist circumference. So this may be a person that is barely overweight, but has the localization of their body fat is central, or what we would say in the midsection or the waist area, and that can be a marker for increased risk compared to people who have a lower waistline, even in people who have a normal weight. So I hope that those that are out there with a normal weight are now listening in and leaning in, because there may be an application of this information to you as well. So very quickly, I'll tell you that the BMI categories are normal weight, which is 18.5 to 24.9 of a BMI. That's measured in kilograms per meter squared.
Okay, wait. Can I just jump in and tell you that I hit the 24.9 BMI goal. I'm back to normal.
Yes!
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
my God.
you for that
Are you kidding me?
That's a perfect segue then. Do you recall, or would you be willing to share what your BMI was prior to using our programming and actually losing your weight?
While I'm looking for my starting BMI number, we'll go to commercial break. When we return, we'll continue with my co-host and wellness coach, Dr. Jada Moore-Ruffin, to let her tell us more astonishing facts about weight loss, especially those BMI categories. Sorry I'm late, but I was coming from a doctor's appointment.
What doctor? Are you okay?
Oh yeah, just Real Weight Loss and Wellness. It's a new medical weight loss practice.
I was just about to say, I've never seen you look better. What's the secret?
It's real. My best friend turned me on to it. She was concerned after I really packed on the pounds when Mom passed.
Please tell me you are not on one of those fad diets.
Nah, in fact, Real Weight Loss and Wellness creates personalized programs with step-by-step guidance from a medical doctor. Dr. Jada takes the guesswork out, makes it simple, and I learned that losing weight doesn't have to be hard. And no excuses. I can even do my appointments virtually.
Well, you might be inspiring your big brother to do something about this dad bod.
Listen, safe, affordable weight loss is Dr. Jada's specialty. I've done so well that I'm about to schedule free consultations for my husband and my teenager.
What's the number? I better schedule mine, too.
404-464-8749.
Wait, slow down.
Just visit the website, startwithreal.com. Welcome back to Vivid Talk. I'm your host, Gwen Witherspoon, and we're returning for the second half of my conversation with my co-host and wellness coach, Dr. Jada Moore-Ruffin.
Overweight would be, for men and women, if your BMI is 25 to 29.9. If your BMI falls between 30 and 34.9, that is obesity category 1. For those who have a BMI of 35 to 39.9 is obesity level 2. A BMI greater than 40, that is considered extreme obesity level 3.
Okay, so I started out at 30.1. I was right there. I said 0.1 at obese, and that hurt my little feelings.
30.1 being a category or level 1 obesity. Now being able to say 3 months later.
Yes. Not a year and a half, not 2 years.
Not a year and a half, not 2 years, not my whole life.
Yeah, not my whole life.
In 3.5 months, I've gone from being obese to being at a normal weight. Translation, you have taken back your health. You have taken control, and people have a lot more control over their health than they sometimes can embrace. Some of that has been conditioning, mindset. Some of that is feeling like a failure. So many things being told, oh, that's just how it is in our family.
Yes. Come on.
Or what are you worried about? You look good. We have people out there that can have excess weight and have a normal blood pressure or normal cholesterol. So I'm going to put it out there for people that say, my weight is not a threat.
Right.
Let me just tell you that there was a recent study that I read in the New England Journal of Medicine that says, hey, for those people who have excess weight, who have normal, quote-unquote, metabolic parameters, are still at a higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and therefore sickness and death than people who have a normal weight and those same normal parameters. So the only difference that we're looking at here is the difference between weight. And folks, I'm willing to have this conversation because this is a preventive conversation, can save lives.
I'm your testimony today because I fell in that category when you did my physical, to begin the program, that all of my numbers were normal. Yet, when I looked on that chart, it said I was obese. Thankfully for me, I didn't start out with high cholesterol or high blood pressure or any of those issues, but I was clearly going in that direction.
And I think you make a good point, but you're not going into the average office knowing and leaving with what your body fat percentage is, what your muscle percentage is, what your visceral fat percentage is, or, what your resting metabolic rate, what your body age. You're not leaving with that additional information that says, okay, things are okay now, in certain areas, but I have some other areas that are that are ticking time bombs. Left alone, undiscovered, if we can't deactivate that time bomb, then it detonates, and then you're looking at a barrage of risks that you say you didn't see coming. And that's why I made it a point to go back and get advanced training, advanced education, advanced certification, investing in understanding how this particular disease entity influences our short and long-term health across the board. Your physical health, your emotional health, your social, your spiritual, all of these areas are tapped. Finances are tapped with this particular disease entity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't get offended if I call it a disease entity. It really is creating dis-ease.
What would you say to somebody who says, I can't afford to pay for a weight loss program, I'll do it myself, I'll just eat less and move more?
I would say that's what you've been doing. And if you keep doing what you've been doing, then you'll keep getting what you've been getting. And I would say you can't afford not to. And let me understand from you, how important is this to you to address it now for once and for all? We don't have to find, a lot of times, new money to invest in our health. And notice I said invest, not pay for it. We can repurpose where we have our current spending tendencies and reallocate those.
The reality is I have spent a lot less money on food. I'm not buying all these packaged foods.
Exactly.
I'm saving so much money because I'm eating healthy, eating natural, raw food.
Now, let's put some perspective on things. My girl has lost how much weight in what period of time?
So 177.4 is where I started, and today I weighed in at 153.
In 3-4 months, you've dropped, a significant amount of weight. You have reduced your waistline by how much?
I haven't measured it lately, but the last measurement was, I started at 37 and a half and came down to 29.
Let's stop for a round of applause right there. Because, my dear, you took yourself from a high-risk category, obesity 1, with a waist greater than 37, okay? Now you're down to a 29 waist in 4 months, and you did not starve, did you? My point is, you didn't kill yourself running, marathons. No. You took strategies, proven principles. You took the expertise of a specialist and the specialist team to create a personal plan of success for you that guided you to that success in a reasonable period of time, that is standing beside you to help you understand the success that you have already earned and to coach you towards the success that you desire.
Come on.
So I can get a person in here with hypertension, and I've done primary care for a couple of decades now. I can get 2 people in, 3, 5 people. We can use whatever number. And I can bring a person in with a blood pressure 170 over 110. I can bring 2, 3, 5 other people in with the same blood pressure. I have to take that individual and understand who this person is, how they got to this point, what their lives are like, what's really going on for them, what have they used in the past that isn't or didn't work. And I have to, in a 15-minute office visit, get your blood pressure down safely in a fairly reasonable period of time to help improve your life's outcome. You're at stroke level.
Wow.
So need I say that I would not think about using the exact same approach. Now, some other people would. I'm not going to get into that. For all 5 of those people with that problem, serious problem, and expect all of them to have the outcome of a blood pressure of 120 over 80. So if I have to do that for those individuals with that chronic condition and say, I got to get you from here to here, I have to be realistic in my expectations for each individual, because one person has kidney failure. Another person has no insurance. Another person has a thyroid disorder and diabetes. Another person has stressed and has lost, their spouse, and they don't know what they're going to do. So I got all of these things that are going into that I have to consider. So I'm saying that to say, I want you to celebrate your success, and I want you to understand that when you stay with it and you stay with the professionals that understand you and your condition, and you stay with the principles that are being given to you, that are continuously being given, and you stay with the process, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Some people may have experienced it a month before you. Some people may experience it a month after you. Likewise, I have those same people. I may be able to get one guy's blood pressure down in 30 days. I might take 2 months to get the other person's to goal. But one person may get to goal in half the time. It's hard to really say, but what I do say is keep coming back, because we're going to get this done. Yeah. We're going to check this off the list of things to do. We got this. That, I think, is the value of reaching out to a specialist. Don't go it alone. You've been doing that for years now, weeks or months now. You're reading stuff on the internet. You're looking at stuff on TV. You're buying stuff off of Amazon. You're spending the money.
Yes,
and
you are.
And you're losing the time.
Yes.
So what I'm asking, and what I share and suggest is, let's look at the value of reaching out to a professional, because we'll do it for our BMW, for our Mercedes. I'm not going to go on YouTube and look at how to, troubleshoot something with my very expensive, high cost, truthfully low value car.
Right. We're not going to do it.
We're not going to do it. Guys, you don't get but one body. You just get one temple. One temple. And it can last as long as you invest in it.
So the thing that has made a huge difference for me has been I've just done a major shift in terms of my own attitude about food, my relationship with food, helping me to understand what's really important. And so I'm just grateful that I feel like I've got everything I need for this to be my lifestyle. That I just didn't start a program, and that's what I love so much. So listen, we're going to have to include some of this great information on some blog posts that you and I both, because there's some things I want to share about my personal journey, and I think there's definitely some more that you can share. And so tell people how they can. We've got 30 seconds. Let them know how they can get some help at your office.
Absolutely. Real Weight Loss and Wellness Atlanta. We're at 4553 North Shallowford Road, Suite C90, Atlanta, Georgia 30338. Don't worry if you're not local or you're not close. We have access to virtual programs, so don't let that stop you. We're on the web at www.startwithreal. That's startwithreal.com. Our office number is 404-464-8749. We're also on Facebook at Real Weight Loss Pros. So we are available to you.
Thanks for listening to Vivid Talk Radio, a coaching conversation for visionaries. A special thanks to our sponsor, Real Weight Loss and Wellness. Visit vividtalkradio.com and read our blog on today's topic. Join the conversation by speaking your mind, posting your comments, sharing in social media, and tagging at Vivid Brands. You've been listening to Vivid Talk Radio with Gwen Witherspoon. Join us each Wednesday at 5 p.m. and get vision for every area of life. Visit vividtalkradio.com for more. Until next time, make it vivid.